Shalom and welcome to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. This is Meditation and Mindfulness with Rabbi Adam Kligfeld.
It's great to have you all here. As we're launching the Kol Tefillah weekend, there'll be more opportunities for mindfulness, meditation, and study throughout the weekend. I want to share a teaching of the Baal Shem Tov on the opening lines of Parshat Shemot, which very well may be something that I expand in my sermon tomorrow. For those of you who will be at Kol Tefillah will probably not hear because you'll be in a parallel service. I'm speaking in the sanctuary for the main service. The book of Shemot, the Parsha of Shemot, begins with Shemot, begins with names, begins with the Torah listing all of the names of the children of Israel who came down to Egypt. And nearly every commentator who's ever looked at that verse has asked a version the same question. Why do we need to be reminded of them? We know who they were. We know about Reuven, we know about Shimon, we know about Levi. Why begin the saga of Shemot by giving us information that is almost entirely redundant? It would be almost as if the book of Breshit began not with something radically new, which is Breshit bara Elohim et Hashem ha'aretz, but rehashing something from before. There's a lot of different answers of it. Rashi gives the answer of Lashon Chiba. This is the Torah mentioning their names is like when the way in which a parent likes to mention the names of their child. That there's an affection. Chiba means affection or sweetness. And anytime the Torah through God's voice or the Torah's voice can mention the names of God's people, it brings God delight. Baal Shem Tov gives a different answer. He says that there is a relationship between the spiritual world and the physical world, and there's a parallel between them. And the physical world, if you want to wake someone up, you want to catch their attention, you grab them, you touch them. Right? It's very hard to ignore when someone touches you. Right? Think about when you've done that or it's been done to you, where you weren't expecting it. A safe touch, but still, it's like, someone is reaching out to me. He says that contact in the physical world awakens a person. He says in the spiritual world, the contact that awakens someone, as it were, is their name. That even across kind of space and time, what he wants us to imagine is that when you say someone's name, when you mention them, when you invoke them, they have been brought back to life in some significant way. And so it's operating on two levels. On the one, he's saying, and this is going to be kind of a weird anachronism, the Torah is mentioning the names of the children of Israel as they're going down into Egypt. In real time in the story, they don't know what's coming to them. But we, the reader, do. It's almost as a way of saying, hey Reuven, hey Shimon, hey Levi, hey Yisachar, Naphtali, wake up. There's a challenge ahead of you. Wake up, tribes. You are about to confront tremendous travail. So it's almost like retroactively awakening the spirit of the people of Israel to allow them to endure the harshness of slavery. But I think is also saying that anytime we read the verse, right, not when the Torah produced the verse, but when we read the verse, we are reawakening and connecting to the spirits of our ancestors. And there's no redundancy there. There's no redundancy to say Yosef over and over again. There's no redundancy to say Yaakov's name over and over again. And on the meta level, by our learning and quoting the Baal Shem Tov, we're doing to the Baal Shem Tov what the Baal Shem Tov says the Torah was doing to the ancestors, which is bringing him back into this moment, right? The Baal Shem Tov has been dead quite a long time, but in the physical world. But in the spiritual world, he's now alive in this room. So what I want us to meditate on once we get into that mode is, whom do you want to name in this meditation? What name do you want to say and bring back to life, to this moment on some spiritual level? Perhaps someone who can no longer be reached physically. But if we lean into the Baal Shem Tov, then by thinking the name, by naming the name, there's a presence and there's a realness to it. And that can happen in our minds in a different way than it can happen in the physical world. So with that in mind, I invite you to close your eyes. Just begin to lean into this experience. If you haven't yet placed your feet flat on the ground in front of you, place your hands on your legs. And keep your body stable but not stressed, holding a position but feeling a release in your muscles, permitting a sagging, not trying to hold up anything that wants to. That wants to sag or hang. Try to create a cocoon in your mind where there is a space that is impenetrable regarding the other sounds of the world. You can't stop your ears from hearing something, but you can put a barrier, not allowing what you're hearing enter the inner sanctum where you're creating this meditative space. So whether it's the sounds of the city outside the room, banging in a building, someone shuffling in their seat, or a cough, just push that all to the edge and create a deeply protected inner space where there's you, openness, place for your mind to wander, to settle, to be. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, slightly deepening each breath, not so that it's exaggerated, but so that it's luxurious. Allow the belly to fully fill as you breathe. Too many of our breaths in life are way under our capacity. Our lungs are not getting neither the oxygen nor the stretching that they need. Ve'elu Shmot. These are the names. These are the names that when I mention them, I awaken them. I beckon them. I restore them. Ve'elu Shmot. These are the names of those that are gone or who are not here. But when I say them and I mention them, they are present. Ve'elu Shmot. I lean in to the spiritual pathway that's beyond the physical world. but that is also real. And I say a name in my mind's voice. I can hear myself saying it. And I believe that they are with me. Whom do you restore to this moment? Whom do you reach out and touch and wake up via their name? Don't just think their name. Using the voice of your mind, say it. Say it over and over again. Hear yourself saying it. And then see who comes. Come back to this moment. Try to bring with you the experience and the people that were with you during this meditation. And we'll share this closing meditation prayer and say it 3 times. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. I say to you all, Shalom, Namaste, Shabbat Shalom. Have a good day, everyone.
You have been listening to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. If you enjoy these podcasts, we invite you to write a review on the Apple Podcast site or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information about Temple Beth Am Los Angeles, go to tbala.org.